You're on Faithcast right now. Faith it maybe till you make it.
Yes, faith it till you make it.
So you should be God fearing, God loving. ये क्या है ये?
I truly believe that your relationship with the universe or with God is very personal. तो अगर आप रोज़ हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ रहे हो और एक दिन आप नहीं पढ़ रहे हो तो that day the whole day आपके दिमाग में वही थॉट चल रहा है, आज सब कुछ गलत इसलिए हो रहा है बिकॉज मैंने सुबह ये नहीं किया. लाइक हनुमान जी दिल से आज ये हनुमान चालीसा नहीं पढ़ के गई, आज सारे ऑब्स्टिकल्स इसके रास्ते में डाल दो. But no one's watching. If you're following his teachings, one of the biggest reasons of PCOS is being sexually molested, sexually abused, or body shamed when you were.
It's the role of destiny in our lives then, if everything is not pre-written.
Even the astrological charts that people read are only 50% true. Nobody can predict anything.
Maximum number of people unfortunately are either drinking, smoking, or let's just say consuming non-vegetarian.
Yes.
तो क्या वो सब spirituality या spiritual नहीं बन सकते?
I smoked, had alcohol, and I have had non-veg. This was my lifestyle. और उसके बाद कोई आपको बोले अरे तुम सुबह उठ करके मेडिटेशन कर लो, you'll slap that person. The idea of meditation is not let your mind control you. This is your temple. This is your guru. This is your God. This is your universe. Everything is here.
Amalvi Soul Stars, welcome to Master Vani Kabir's Faithcast. Why Faithcast? Because Faithcast is all about bringing Master Vani Kabir's wisdom on love, spirituality, relationships, health, your subconscious mind, healings, and your soul's journey. So let's begin this journey of bringing Master Vani Kabir's faith and wisdom, because this is not a podcast, it's Faithcast. Amalvi Master.
Amalvi.
Master, there are so many myths on the internet about spirituality. And why not start today by busting some of those myths? Because we have you right here with us.
All right.
So let's do this.
Yeah, the first episode has to be this.
Has to be busting everything about spirituality. So
Let's start. Yeah.
Let me start off by one of the most popular butts which is there on the internet, which is remedies always work.
All right. So to understand that, we have to understand that remedies and rituals are two different things. Ritual is done it's like a precaution. Remedy is done after the damage is done. So when you want consistent wealth for yourself, you do rituals because it's going to build up your good karma. It's going to keep the vibration high. When you get stuck in a debt, that is when you do a remedy. And remedies and rituals only, both of them will only work if you have a pure intention. If you want to steal somebody else's money and you want to do a remedy about it, it's never going to work. Or if you want to cause harm due to a remedy or a ritual, it's not going to work. If it's a tantra ritual, it's not going to work. I mean, of course, it's going to work for a short bit, but the repercussions and the consequences of that is going to be far more.
So, there are also so much going on when your eyes flicker.
Yeah.
They say that when your left eye is flickering, it's
Yes,
a bad
the twitching.
omen. It's twitching.
Yes.
The right eye is twitching.
Yes.
Again, it's probably a good omen or a bad omen. Reality kya hai?
So none of this is bad. So the left eye twitching and the right eye twitching is not bad at all, either ways. The left eye twitching means that you have to check yourself on an emotional level, which means that you are somewhere subconsciously holding on to certain emotions that your eye is twitching and telling you that you need to work on them. The right side is mostly about your outwardly world, which is about your personality. Maybe you're not doing something right outside, or there is a money issue that you need to attend to. If you're signing a deal, you need to read the paper carefully. If you are making a big investment, you need to be cautious about it. If you're going and delivering a speech, you must look into every nitty-gritty of it. That is what the right eye and the left eye is all about.
And all this while we believed that right is
Oh
a
my
bad
God,
omen.
yeah, I have this twitching. अब तो आज तो कुछ गलत होके ही रहेगा.
Oh God. So technically when I'm probably signing something and it starts twitching, it's
Yes.
just a sign.
It's just a sign. Sometimes when you're signing something and your left eye twitches, it is more about just an emotional sign that, okay, you're going to sign this, but it's going to be, you need to be up for a lot of emotional work that needs to be done. So your body talks to you. It's just how you listen.
How often does it happen to you that you get signs and signals and you know this is exactly what it's telling you?
I think 1,000 times. Because the more you walk on this path, you learn to live with signals, like smaller things. And, like I would never have a sparrow come into my balcony. Like I haven't seen her for a really long time, and sparrows are anyways very extinct. Today morning, because I was sitting up and I was just sitting on my bed and praying that, okay, today we are going to start this. And, so I opened up my window, and right there was a beautiful sparrow sitting there, and she was cooing. And it was so pleasant, and it was such a nice sign that, okay, we hear you, whatever you are saying is coming to us.
Yeah.
And so you learn to live with these signs. But a lot of people fear a lot. If something would happen, they would instantly go ahead and say, oh, ye ho gaya, ab to ye galat ho jayega. So my thought process is that you can use that what if in either ways. Right. What if this goes bad? And what if this goes good? So it's just a mind shift. So every time you have a thought which says, what if this goes bad? It's not going to work for me. And suddenly you change it and you say that, what if this is for me? What if this is all happening because it is going to be the best, and your mind is suddenly going to align itself and start attracting things.
Master, you're so synonymous for, making spirituality simple and easy. But there's just so much that we consume on an everyday basis.
Yes.
Something that I happened to come across recently was that when you do mantra jap, एक X number of times जब तक आप करोगे नहीं तब तक उस मंत्र का कोई effect नहीं होगा. You need to keep doing it on loop, या maybe some 1,000 times करने के बाद ही your mantra will activate of sorts.
Yes.
What is the reality behind this?
Okay, so certain terminologies I don't understand, like activation, So it's going to activate if you do this, Everything in the universe is already alive. It's not like you're going to throw a ball at something and then it's going to react. We are living in a reactive universe. Every single word that comes out of a person's mouth creates a reaction thousands of miles away in another galaxy. So we are in a very reactive universe. So about mantra jap, repetition is necessary because repetition builds belief. The more you repeat, the belief is going to be built. But if you do not have belief here, and reciting something 20,000 times in a day also is not going to cut the clutter. So what you need to do is you first need to understand that either belief hai, do I believe in what I'm praying for? Do I really need what I'm praying for? And if I need it, why do I really need it? So when you answer those questions for yourself, that is when you do a mantra, it goes and becomes a powerful synonymous thing with you. It's like going to a gym, When you go to a gym, you don't see the muscle on day 1, Maybe you see the muscle on day 50, but that muscle has been learning to be, learning to be itself throughout that journey of 50 days. And then one fine day you will see that muscle, right? So people say we are praying and it's not working, but they don't really know that when they're praying, how much of karma is getting cut. Maybe you are not exactly seeing the result that you're seeing, that you want to see, but there's so much of backlog of karma that is there that is being cut with every prayer that you sit at your altar and make.
Speaking of prayer, बचपन में मम्मी हमेशा कहती थी मुझे कि you should pray every single day, क्योंकि अगर आप every single day pray नहीं करोगे तो शायद कुछ बुरा हो सकता है. प्लीज बताओ, क्या मम्मी सच कह रही थी कि इसमें भी कुछ गड़बड़ है?
Your mom has my number. If she has, I'm going to change my answer. If she doesn't, then I'm going to say something else.
Chalo, she doesn't have your number so far. I have.
Please don't let her see this faith cast. All right. We are not on the same vibration every moment and every day of our life. Even if we strive to achieve a high vibration, we cannot achieve it all the time 24/7, And praying is not something which is a routine, it's more like a conversation. According to me, there are times that I wouldn't sit at my temple every day, but when I'm on my way, to a particular place, I'm having a conversation, with the universe, with God, with my own self, with my higher self. And that is my way of connecting, because I truly believe that your relationship with the universe or with God is very personal. And it's not about a routine that you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. दिया ऐसे जलाओ, बाती ऐसे रखो, कलर ऐसा रखो, कपड़े ऐसे पहनो, सुबह उठ करके इतनी बार ये वाला जाप करो. अगर आप रोज हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ रहे हो और एक दिन आप नहीं पढ़ रहे हो, तो दैट डे द होल डे आपके दिमाग में वही थॉट चल रहा है, आज सब कुछ गलत इसलिए हो रहा है बिकॉज मैंने सुबह ये नहीं किया. बट नो वंस वॉचिंग. So the belief that you instill in yourself, is absolutely what you are going to manifest. There are days that I normally sit in my temple 30 minutes in the morning. That is my normal routine. And there are days that I wouldn't even step into my temple, even to light a diya. And some days I would just, like today, I was in such a rush. मैं जल्दी जल्दी गई, मैंने फटाफट दिया जलाया और मैंने कहा बाकी की प्रेयर हो गई, ठीक है, बस मेरे को आज देख लेना आप और वही बुलवाना जो बोलना हो. बस इतना बोल करके आई जस्ट केम, बट नॉर्मली आई वुड सिट एंड आई वुड डू थिंग्स. सो आई डोंट थिंक if you attach fear to everything, it's going to become so cumbersome to live this life. On the contrary, if I say that, I've been doing this every day, why would God take revenge on me and say, oh, today you didn't? Like Hanuman ji will say, आज तो ये हनुमान चालीसा नहीं पढ़ के गई, आज सारे ऑब्स्टिकल्स इसके रास्ते में डाल दो. Who's doing that? No one is. They are gods. They love you. They are not going to be doing that. So don't instill this fear कि अगर 108 बार ही किया और ये गलत हो गया तो क्या करेंगे. अगर किसी ने, आपने कोई रिचुअल किया और किसी ने आके बता दिया कि अरे ये तो ऐसे नहीं ऐसे करना था, and then there's another one in your mind कि अरे यार ये तो गलत कर दिया, अब इसका क्या consequence होगा. The consequence is equal to your belief. You're going to face what you believe here.
So is it true when people say that you should be God-fearing, God-loving? ये क्या है ये सारी चीज़ें? Because you're actually busting all of it in just one answer that you've given me right now, because we're operating from fear.
मार पड़ेगी ये बोलने पे मुझे. Business. This, for the large part of it is business. Fear is business. आपके बाल गिर रहे हैं, आप बॉल्ड हो जाओगे, business. आपकी स्किन खराब हो जाएगी, business. आपका पैसा चला जाएगा, business. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. We are in a world where the currency is money and we have to work around it. But when it comes to faith, I think it should be fearless. For everything else we can sell, we also sell things, So everything else selling is there. But when it comes to the question of faith, the answer has to be fearless. So when you say that fear God, my question is why? Because God did not teach that. If you're following his teachings, in none of the books, in none of the religions did he say fear me. So if I'm following him, then why should I fear? Right. I should follow with faith. है ना कि वो है देख लेंगे. बात वहीं खत्म. So for people like me who believe more in the universe, I'm like, okay, the universe has my back. That's it. Whatever is going to happen, the good or the bad or the ugly, I've chosen it. So it's nothing is pre-written. So I've chosen it, I will live with it. मुश्किल होगा कोई बात नहीं. तो यहाँ कोई हम केक के ऊपर स्प्रेड लगाने तो आए नहीं है. So it is going to be tough. That is what is going to make your soul grow.
You just said something which was nothing is pre-written. And I think एक और बड़ा popular belief है जो शायद हम सब उसके साथ grow up हुए हैं, which is everything is destined.
Yes.
What's the role of destiny in our lives then if everything is not pre-written?
As per my learning and my understanding, there is nothing that is pre-written. We are consciously, subconsciously and superconsciously manifesting every minute of our life. Nothing is pre-written. I would say there are things that are pre-chosen. So there's difference between pre-written and pre-chosen. When you're in the soul plane, when you decide that I want to reincarnate on earth or I want to take my first birth on earth, you get to decide a few lessons that you want to take here. Okay, for me, instantly, I would say, okay, I chose to take a divorce. I chose to go through hard relationships. I chose to go through mental illness. I chose to be a single mom. I chose to be poor at a certain point in time where I wasn't able to do anything, living in a rented accommodation. All of those experiences I have chosen. So those are the experiences that were pre-chosen by my soul, and I'm living those experiences here. And I am manifesting them here based on my free will. So if I want to have one divorce, I have chosen divorce, but I can have that particular thing multiple number of times in my life. So that is my free will. How many times do I want to experience that thing to learn that lesson? So I may learn it for the first time, I may learn it for the fifth time, but that is something like illness. Some people have recurrent illnesses, right? Because they want to learn that lesson over and over and over again to completely grasp it.
Yeah.
But there is nothing which is pre-written, predestined, that, oh, okay, this is written in your chart. Even the astrological charts that people read are only 50% true. They're only directional. They're going to just give you a direction in life. It's like a nudge that, all right, this energy is coming your way. And if you align with this energy, you're going to go further. It's like, okay, ये stream इस तरफ जा रही है, ये तो जा ही रही है, आप भी इस तरफ चले जाओगे, थोड़ा जल्दी पहुंच जाओगे. If you swing against the tide, it's going to be different. है ना? So it's just directional. All forecast, all prediction is just directional. Nobody can predict anything about anybody's life to the T. And the people who think that has been predicted for them as it is because when somebody tells you a prediction which is specially based on fear, you believe it because your subconscious mind and your conscious mind is wired to believe fear faster than belief.
That's so true.
So अगर मैं आपको कोई डर वाली बात बताऊंगी, आप जल्दी से उसे अडेप्ट कर लोगे. रादर देन मैं आपको बोलूंगी, अरे ये तो मेरा फेथ वाला इंसिडेंट था, you'll be like, हाँ होता ही है, बट अगर अभी मैं आपको कोई डर वाली बात बोलूंगी, आप झट से ऐसे बोलोगे, हाँ ये तो ऐसा ही होता है हमेशा, है ना. सो डर हमारा माइंड जो है वो जल्दी अडेप्ट करता है. क्यों? उसका भी रीज़न है, क्योंकि हमारा माइंड एक प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग मशीन है. सो जब हम उसे डर देते हैं तो उसको काम मिलता है करने के लिए. इट लाइक्स टू वर्क ऑल द टाइम, राइट. जब हम उसे फेथ देते हैं तो वो ठंडा हो जाता है, वो कहता है अब तो मुझे कुछ करना ही नहीं है. वो उसके लिए बहुत हार्ड है बिकॉज इट्स अ मंकी माइंड. Right? It wants to jump. It's like, you are giving me faith and belief. What am I going to do if you are going to live by faith? Right? So it adapts to fear faster than it attracts belief or trust or calmness. So उसके लिए वो मुश्किल है.
Master, this also brings about another topic which is so highly spoken about when it comes to spirituality is positivity. I think जैसे आपको बोलते हैं,
I know what you're going to ask. I get this question a lot.
That it is exactly true.
Yeah.
Like, do you really have to be so
100% positive, yeah.
Yeah, to be spiritual. क्या सच है उसके पीछे?
Absolutely wrong. I think the positivity and negativity are two sides of the same coin. आप एक साइड से सिक्का नहीं चला सकते, किसी भी साइड से. अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा नेगेटिव हैं तो भी नहीं चलेगा, और अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा पॉजिटिव हैं तो भी नहीं चलेगा. इसीलिए मेडिटेशंस, रिचुअल्स, प्रैक्टिसेस टू ब्रिंग अ बैलेंस. द यूनिवर्स इज ऑल अबाउट बैलेंस. ये जो इतनी बड़ी सृष्टि चल रही है, ये सिर्फ बैलेंस पे चल रही है, राइट. हज़ारों करोड़ों सालों से चल रही है. नो वन हैज़ कोई चीज़ इधर से उधर हुई नहीं आज तक, सब परफेक्ट चल रहा है. वाई? बिकॉज इट इज़ बैलेंस्ड. सो imagine this is the divine universe, right? And it breaks itself into two. So one is the negative, one is the positive. That is called the polarity, right? And now the positive is rotating on its own axis and the negative is rotating on its own axis. And while they're doing that, they're looking at each other and learning from each other. So when the negative is high, the positive is learning from the negative and thinking that, okay, what can I do to make this better? And when the positive is working on its axis, the negative is sort of working and observing the positive, that how is the positive doing that? And from this experience, the universe is learning. So there is no way that anyone can be 100% positive all throughout the day. I think it is so important to sit with your negative thoughts because there's so much more learning there. If I say I'm positive and I'm happy and I'm elated, very little learning, right? And if I say I'm sad and I'm angry or I'm feeling guilty. There's so much story behind it. And every emotion will keep coming to you till you feel it. Till you sit with it, till you understand it, till you know the story, and till you heal that emotion. So it is so much more important to feel negativity and say that, all right, today my mindset is a lot negative. But why is it that? What caused it? What was the trigger? You know, and not let that negativity overpower you. And give space for positivity to prevail. But there is nobody, I haven't met anybody in my lifetime who's 100% positive. And I don't think anyone can achieve that state. I think yes, you can achieve a balance where you feel neither of it.
Right.
You don't feel positive and you don't feel negative, and you're just very neutral about everything that happens in your life. That is what is total sainthood that you get. But feeling negative emotions is as important as feeling positive in life.
But Master, amongst the youngsters, this is so common that they say ki nahi, fake it till you make it. Fake your positivity till you make it there. Like, what do you have to say about that though?
If you don't address your negative emotion, no matter how much you fake it, you're not going to make it. You have to address it. It is the demand of the emotion to be felt. So if you are feeling negative, sit with the emotion. If you don't understand anything, just journal what is coming to your mind and then go out and fake it. And then your positive emotion is going to replace the negative emotion, because the negative emotion has got what it wanted, which is the need to be understood or even heard. Sometimes you may not be able to understand the emotion completely, but just acknowledging that you are there, and I may not get it and I may not understand it, but I know that you are there. That's enough. And then go ahead, fake it, smile, say positive affirmations to change your mind, and all of those things will work. But if you're not going to do that, then all of that positivity is just a band-aid to your negative emotion. It's not going to heal it.
You know what? I was just thinking while you were saying this, since we're on Faithcast right now, faith it maybe till you make it.
Yes. Faith it till you make it.
Faith it till you make it. But, Master, speaking of spirituality also, meditation plays a huge part and huge role. And I think in the recent times, everybody has been talking about meditation. And there's so much around meditation. Ki when you're meditating, calm your thoughts. Don't let anything flow. Be still. मेरे से नहीं होता. क्या
किसी
है
से भी नहीं
सच्चाई?
होता.
किसी से
I've
भी नहीं
been
होता.
meditating since 2019 and नहीं होता. The idea of meditation is not to control your mind. The idea of meditation is not let your mind control you. So you have to, so imagine you're sitting on a highway and you're sitting on the side of the highway and there are all these cars that are passing by, and all those cars are your thoughts. And you're just sitting there and just observing one car, and then you're observing the second one and the third one and a truck and whatever. So they're all just, passing by. That is what meditation is. The power to not stop every car and say, hi. I know you're here. I know. No, अच्छा ये बात करने वाले हो. अच्छा अब ये चले जाते हैं. अच्छा मम्मी ने ऐसा बोला था. फिर उसके बाद ऐसा हुआ था. You don't sit in that car and go. You have to sit on the side and just observe those vehicles to just pass by. And that is what meditation is. To achieve that is meditation. The more you achieve that, you will see that the traffic is becoming lesser because you're not observing it. The first principle of quantum physics is that when you observe something, you see it. It's not the other way around. You don't see something to observe it. You first observe it and then it comes to light. So the more thoughts that you just let slide by, the thoughts are going to be like, okay, this is enough of extra chatter. The mind is going to think that, all right, maybe I don't have to be this busy. And then you will feel less busy road. But will the thoughts ever go away? No. It's the process of the mind to attract thoughts. But will those thoughts control you? That depends on how much of a meditative state you have achieved in your practice.
So then, Master, does that also mean that your negative thoughts can get manifested too?
Yes, I think that is also one of the very big misconception that अगर हम नेगेटिव सोचेंगे तो नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. So अगर ये नेगेटिव थॉट है तो इसकी पावर 5 लाख टाइम्स लेस है एक पॉजिटिव थॉट से. So when you think negative thoughts and you combat those negative thoughts with just one positive thought, it's going to change everything. Negativity does not hold that much power as positivity does, because positivity is high vibrational. उसका DNA ही high vibration है. Negativity का DNA ही low vibration है ना. So वो इसी plane पे घूम रही है ना. उसको एक लेवल पे आके मैनिफेस्ट करने के लिए यू हैव टू बिल्ड अ लॉट ऑफ नेगेटिविटी. यू हैव टू पुट अ ब्रिक आफ्टर ब्रिक आफ्टर ब्रिक आफ्टर ब्रिक उसको रूफ तक पहुंचने के लिए और मैनिफेस्ट करने के लिए. वाइल पॉजिटिविटी, इवन इफ यू थिंक अ फ्यू थॉट्स पॉजिटिव एवरी डे, इट विल मैनिफेस्ट फास्टर. एंड इफ यू आर इन अ नेगेटिव स्पाइरल, यू नो, हम क्यों ऐसे बोलते हैं कि नेगेटिव स्पाइरल है तो इंसान नीचे जा रहा है ना. कभी पॉजिटिविटी के लिए तो नहीं बोलते ऐसा कि अरे हमें तो बहुत सारे पॉजिटिव थॉट्स आ रहे हैं, हम ऐसे नीचे जा रहे हैं स्पाइरल में. नहीं, बिकॉज इट इज अ नेचुरल एनर्जी टू लिफ्ट यू अप. दिस इज अ नेचुरल एनर्जी टू टेक यू डाउन. You know, there is no manifestation that happens here. You know, the only manifestations that will happen here is the cumulative result of so much of negativity that you have accumulated over the years. You know, so even if you are in a spiral for a few days of negativity and you decide that okay, मैं रात को एक positive meditation लगा के सो जाता हूँ या मैं सिर्फ affirmations सुन के सो जाता हूँ, वो naturally कट हो जाएगा. Even while you are sleeping and you're not making any effort towards it. Your negativity will only manifest if you have been thinking that thought for over and over and over, if you've been holding that negative emotion of shame, guilt, anger for a really long time. Like if you're holding anger bachpan se lekar ke, you know, till the time you're 50, it is going to manifest into a disease. If you are holding shame, if you've been sexually harassed when you were a child, you know, and you're holding that, your body is holding that, your body keeps a score of everything that is happening, it is going to result into PCOS. One of the biggest reasons of PCOS is being sexually molested, sexually abused, or body shamed when you were young.
Okay.
So the emotion your body has to release. Our body is not fit to holding on to emotions. That's not the space. It can hold on it for a while, but then it will ask you to release it by showing you symptoms. You have to release it. So all the negative emotions get stored in the body. All the positive emotions also get stored in the body. Right? We just need to know which ones to release. हम ग्रज ही होल्ड करके रखते हैं 15 साल पहले इस इंसान ने मुझे ये बोला था, आज नहीं हो पाएगा. हम 15 साल से एक इंसान से बात ही नहीं करते फैमिलीज में. 5 साल पहले कुछ हो गया, हम बात ही नहीं कर रहे. उनको ये समझ ही नहीं आ रहा कि आप उसको पनिश नहीं कर रहे हो, आप अपने आप को पनिश कर रहे हो. You are holding on to that emotion, that anger, that resentment, that frustration, that guilt, that shame. वो कहाँ है सब? इधर ही तो है. और फिर आप खाने को बोल रहे हो कि यार हम प्रे करके खाना खा रहे हैं, हम तो सुबह उठ करके जाप ही इतना कर रहे हैं, लेकिन अंदर बॉडी को तो वो जाप नहीं रिसीव हो रहा ना. वो तो उसी इमोशन में है, क्योंकि जैसे ही आप मंदिर से बाहर निकलते हो और आप उस इंसान की शक्ल देखते हो, आपको गुस्सा ही आ जाता है. तो उस मंत्र जाप का क्या फ़ायदा हुआ जो अंदर किया था? So first, work with your own self. This is your temple. This is your guru. This is your God. This is your universe. Everything is here. And all of what is around is just the manifestation of here.
तो फिर मास्टर ऐसा क्यों कहते हैं कि मैंने तो इतनी पूजा की, मैंने तो इतना जाप किया, लेकिन फिर भी मुझे नजर लग गई, मेरे साथ बुरा हो रहा है? ये कहाँ से आता है फिर?
Again, vulnerability of the body. If you're holding a lot of negative emotions, your body will always be vulnerable and susceptible to attacks. You know, now those attacks can come in the form of evil eye, those attacks can come in the form of bad words to you, fights, you know, angst, arguments, all of these are negative attacks. Right? कभी भी कोई argument के बाद ऐसे नहीं बोलता ना, अरे यार कितना बढ़िया argument हो गया आज. Nobody says that.
Nobody.
You know, you'll always be like, oh यार आज एक discussion हो गया, अरे आज एक ऐसा हो गया, सुबह सुबह उठ करके पूरा दिन खराब हो गया. राइट? एंड दैट इज व्हेन योर एनर्जी बिकम्स वेरी वनरेबल. So your auric field is constantly working on fixing that argument and that negativity जो suddenly आपकी body में एकदम से बहुत सारी show हो गई. It's like a field, right? And it suddenly shows बहुत सारा red दिख गया उसको. तो your auric field and your entire immunity system and your spiritual immunity system is at work to fix that negativity कि हम इसको hold नहीं करेंगे. It is working towards that always with every person, every animal, every plant, right? So this is what is happening. So we need to understand to let that negativity go.
You know, you spoke about animals and plants. It suddenly reminds me of vegetarians and non-vegetarians. Now, Master, I am personally a non-vegetarian, but I'm also on my spiritual path and journey. But मैंने कई बार सुना है कि अगर आपको spirituality follow करना है तो आप non-veg नहीं खा सकते, आप smoke नहीं कर सकते, आप drink नहीं कर सकते. But maximum number of people, unfortunately, are either drinking, smoking, or let's just say consuming non-vegetarian food. तो क्या वो सब spirituality या spiritual नहीं बन सकते?
I smoked. I have been an alcoholic person तो नहीं कह सकती. Yeah, I've had alcohol. And I have had non-veg. This was 10 years ago in my life. This was my lifestyle. And it was what it was. I was in advertising and everybody used to smoke and everybody used to do things. I wouldn't say I wasn't spiritual then also. I was spiritual then. You know, I had my first awakening 2013, you know, and उसके बाद भी ये सब चीज़ें चल रही थी. जब आप spirituality को बहुत deeply understand करते हो, आपको समझ में आता है that everything is energy. You know, the only thing that all of these things will cause you is it will delay your spiritual ascension. सिंपल सी बात है, हमारे बॉडी के अंदर सबसे ज़्यादा एनर्जी हमारा डाइजेस्टिव ट्रैक लेके जाता है. ये सबको पता है ना. अब उस डाइजेस्टिव ट्रैक में हम वो चीज़ें डाल रहे हैं विच आर हार्ड टू डाइजेस्ट. सो द बॉडी नीड्स मोर एनर्जी टू डाइजेस्ट ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स. दैट्स द फर्स्ट एंड द प्राइमरी फंक्शन ऑफ द बॉडी, राइट. अब एनर्जी तो इतनी प्रोड्यूस हो रही है, अब उसको हम इसमें यूज़ कर लें या इसमें यूज़ कर लें या इसमें यूज़ कर लें, राइट. सो व्हेन वी have so many things going on at that same time, and on top of that we put this food and the alcohol and the smoking inside, the body is constantly tired of cleansing it. The role of the body is to cleanse. चाहे वो छोटे ट्रॉमाज हो, चाहे वो आपका सिगरेट हो, चाहे वो आपका अल्कोहल हो, उसका काम है क्लेंस करना. So the only difference that it is going to create is this, plus the trauma of the animal that you are taking. So you have your own traumas. हम अपने अगले पिछले सारे लेके चल रहे हैं, ठीक है. उसके साथ हमने एक एनिमल का ट्रॉमा भी और ऐड कर लिया, है ना. सो द बॉडी फिजिकली भी क्लेंस कर रही है और इमोशनली भी क्लेंस कर रही है. सो वो सारा एनर्जी उसमें जा रहा है. और उसके बाद कोई आपको बोले अरे तुम सुबह उठ करके मेडिटेशन कर लो, यू विल स्लैप दैट पर्सन. यू विल से लाइक टाइम कहाँ है, किसके पास है. लाइक व्हेन आई started on this journey, my master told me you have to you will start meditation by doing for 30 minutes a day. I said I don't have 20 minutes in the morning. मेरे को बाल कोम करने का टाइम नहीं मिलता. I gave him all the reasons. ये नहीं होता, वो नहीं होता, कभी को स्कूल छोड़ना है, ये है वो है, all of that. And then he said meditate for 1 hour. I was like, 30 was better. 1 hour? No, 1 hour. But that's, he says, because you're so occupied with your thoughts, you need that. And now after meditating for so long, you know, there are 3 days in a week, I do a 3-hour meditation at night.
Wow.
You know, and I cannot tell you how much it has changed my life. You know, I mean, I may not enjoy myself sitting at the temple so much or visiting the temples so much as I enjoy just sitting on that mat and with my eyes closed and just looking at my life, meeting my spirit guides, meeting my higher self, you know, meeting my ancestors, because there's so much learning that is on that side of things rather than me just doing a mantra jap. I'm not a mantra jap person. You know, I like to have a conversation. I like to build a relationship. You know, all the idols in my mandir, because my mandir is so alive because I have a relationship. And I don't, like, I would joke around also. I would cry there. आई वुड से आपने ये सही नहीं किया, आपको मुझे पहले बताना चाहिए था. फिर मैं उनको जाके बोलूँगी नई गाड़ी ले ली, देखो चाबी देखो कैसी लग रही है. आई इवन ओपन माई फोन एंड शो देम द फोटोग्राफ्स दैट देखो कैसी लग रही है, गाड़ी मत देखो, मुझे देख के बताओ मैं कैसी लग रही हूँ. यू नो, थिंग्स लाइक दैट. दैट्स हाउ आई बिल्ड अ रिलेशनशिप विद देम. देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो स्पेस ऑफ फियर in my life, in my temple, with my journey, no space for it.
तो फिर तो ये तो हम बहुत ही ज़्यादा भ्रम में जी रहे हैं when they say कि कुछ भी गलत किया तो God will punish you.
हाँ, वो तो रोज ऐसे लिस्ट लेके बैठे हैं ना, ओ अच्छा आज वानी ने ऐसे किया है तो आज यहाँ लाइक ही हैज एन एजेंडा, एवरीबडीज लाइफ ओके टिक 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 टिक, वानीज लाइफ नॉट ओके टक. He has an agenda every day, you know. It doesn't work like that.
Why do people then victimize themselves in the name of God or karma punishing them?
Sympathy? It's a very deep rooted need in a human to feel sympathy. Especially when you've had very bad childhood, broken marriage, broken relationships, not understood by siblings and parents, not feeling enough. And usko support karne ke liye sympathy comes like a sunflower. And you hold on to that sunflower and you feel, oh my God, this is so beautiful and this is what is making my life alive. So you victimize. Every victim has a need that is getting served by being a victim. It can be being heard, it can be being addressed, it can be being acknowledged, it can be sympathy, it can be just all the family members and people around you, you know, for the longest period of time. So I'll give you my example. You know, when I was 10 years old, I had measles and my mom and dad were both working and I had a younger brother. So my mom dropped me at my nanny's house so that I'm well taken care of. And my brother also doesn't get measles and they can also go to work. So all of this. Now, as a child, as a 10-year-old, what I felt that my mother abandoned me when I was sick. So for all the coming years in life, every time that I would fall sick, I would need my mother. More than anybody else, I would just need her, not even on call. आप आओ, चाहे मुझे कुछ भी छोटा सा भी हुआ है, you know. And then when I started working on my spiritual practice, I understood that it's such a deep-rooted trauma that I need sympathy from my mother when I'm sick.
Right.
And when I worked on it, I realized that how much of it I was holding on within me, and that was causing me so much. Like if I fall sick, I get so anxious about it because I need my mother. So that is when you victimize yourself. That is when that victim comes in and says that, oh, poor you, you know, oh, तुम्हारे साथ ही ऐसा होता है, मेरे साथ ही ऐसा होता है, मैं अच्छा करती हूँ गलत हो जाता है. This is all victimizing. The opposite of victim is warrior.
Right.
It is the same amount of effort that it takes. या तो आप विक्टिमाइज कर लो या आप वॉरियर स्पिरिट में रह लो, देखा जाएगा जो होगा. नो बिग डील. आई एम अ ग्रोन अप, आई कैन हैंडल माई इमोशंस माई सेल्फ. यू नो, मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मेरा ठेका थोड़ी लिया कि हर एक इमोशन को वो आकर के डील करेंगे. नो, यू नो, इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी. They've given me birth, they've made me capable of handling things myself, and I should not need them. You know, and I am capable of doing things on my own. I'm a grown up, I'm an adult. I can take care of all my inner child also.
Right.
So,
is victimizing your own self also the key reason why people do harsh self-talk sometimes with themselves?
yeah, because it makes them feel good, no? Victimizing makes you feel good. And a lot of people would not admit to it. You know, the moment you look at yourself in the mirror, you know, and say, oh my God, look at your face. How much you have worked. कितना काम करोगे दिन में, अपने पे ध्यान देने का टाइम नहीं है, अपने बाल सुधारने का टाइम नहीं है. What is this? When people say, I don't even have time to fall sick. फिर क्या होता है जब उनके पास टाइम होता है वो बीमार पड़ जाते हैं. Because they've been procrastinating it for so long now. You're just telling your body that I don't have time to even fall sick. And then they go on a vacation and fall sick.
Right. Happens.
Because that's what you've been telling yourself. So whenever you get time, body takes it as a signal that, okay, now we have time, we can fall sick. So victimizing is...
I think it comes more easily to people.
It comes more easily to people and it gives a lot. And being a warrior takes a lot.
Then how do you shift to the warrior spirit?
Affirmations, self-talk. You know, when you're a victim, you're allowed to be a victim for 5 minutes. It's okay. Oh, you know, Hesha, मैं इससे बैठे थक गई, फिर मुझे ऐसा हो गया, वैसा हो गया. Some casual rant is perfectly fine. You know, but victimizing yourself to the core of truly feeling a victim, there is no growth on that side. None. I have seen people trapped in the same emotion in my own family for 20 years plus. They are just in the same loop constantly. And have they gained anything? Nothing. Not from the wealth side, not from the relationship side. Health is going down. Absolutely nothing working in their life. Because they've just been so attached to their victim self.
Happens. Relatable much. But, Master, while we're almost ending Faithcast right now, one of the most special things for everybody listening or watching us today is that we're going to read a percept from your journal. So I hope, Master, आप अपनी journal यहाँ लेके आए हो.
मैं लेके आई हूँ. But
हम
I don't know ये idea किसने निकाला करने के लिए. But and I don't know what is going to come also. Let me pull out. These are my journals, all right. Let me pick the one, whichever comes. Okay, this is my journal number 8. I did burn a lot of my journals, previous ones. Okay, let me see what opens up. This is my stigmata. These are the pictures that opened up. Okay, this is how it looks like. And in 2019, I had my first stigmata. I think I will have the dates also here, somewhere around it. Yeah. The first vision was on 9th November 2019, 12:57 p.m. So what happened was that I was taking a shower and I felt that something really hit me very hard at the back of my head. And it trickled down this arm of mine and there was this cross which came and it emerged from the body. And that is when my whole journey, like I was on a spiritual journey, but उस particular episode ने उसको नॉस लगा दिया. And then I didn't know what it is and I went to several doctors and and it used to come and it used to go. So there are like several of these incidents that have happened. And then we reached out to somebody, she was a palm reader and one of my friends from US was a psychic. So he got in touch with her and then I got in touch with her and then she said it's a compass and it is going to give you a lot of intergalactic learning. So connect with that compass and you would receive all the downloads that are waiting for you. And that's what I did. So this is all the stigmata and the pictures and it says going to earth was the hardest thing that I ever had to do.
Would you want to show it to the camera so everybody watches
it's so
it?
Childish.
But what are the odds it comes out today on our very first Faithcast episode, the stigmata?
So stigmata happened till 2020 and ever since then it didn't happen because I learned how to work without it. So now if I have to work with intergalactic wisdom, I have my own ways. Like Evren Rue is one of the things that I have learned over the period of time from 2020 till now. And it's pretty easy for me now to do it. It's almost like my second self.
Wow. But thank you so much, Master, for today. Faithcast definitely started on a very high note for all of us. And for busting so many myths that were probably trickling down from generations.
Yes, there's so much going on the internet these days about it that it's so important that people really understand that spirituality is simple, And people are mixing spirituality and religion to a large extent because though they are all stemming from each other, but the intermingling and the what do you call iski jagah pe isko laga dena, it's causing more chaos. Spirituality is religion would say that there's a God outside you. Spirituality says it's within you. And this one sentence, if you understand, can change your entire perspective about this particular carnation on this planet.
Well, with that thought, we end today's Faithcast and hoping to speak to you super soon yet again.
Yes, Amalvi, all of you.